happening, guys? It's about Nakwal for iGyaan.in, and today in front of us is the new generation of the iPad. This is the 4th generation iPad, or the newest iPad after the new iPad. I don't know what they call it now, they just call it the iPad. So this is the 4th generation that came out with the iPad mini. It has a slight bit of upgrade in terms of hardware and a slight bit of aesthetic change where they've removed the 30-pin connector and replaced it with the lightning connector. The price for this is a 64GB Wi-Fi and cellular model. In India, the price is about 51,000 rupees. There is no discount or anything, so you can't cut it for any discounts. This is the final price. So let's go ahead and unbox it and see what's inside the box and if it's any different from any other iPad that we've ever bought. So let's go ahead. So first thing inside the box is the iPad as usual on top. So I'm going to pull it out and put it aside. You have the Indian style charger, which is over here. So the power adapter or the power brick with an Indian plug on top. USB port on one side. You have the documentation and you have the lightning connector. So nothing special, no difference. They haven't even included the earpods. You also have a new style micro SIM removal, or actually a nano SIM removal tool. So new style paper clip sort of tool now. It has a connection point. It can be loosened as well. So it's not a unibody pin. Almost looks like a paper clip has been redesigned, but that's it. Inside the box, I'm assuming that there are a bunch of stickers in here as well. So yep, you get a quick start sort of card, you get the iPad info, and you get a bunch of Apple stickers. That's everything from the box of the iPad. Let's quickly go ahead and power on the iPad and see what it looks like. When we talk about the display of the iPad 4th generation, you have a 9.7-inch LED backlit IPS TFT LCD display, which is a capacitive touchscreen display with 16 million color capability. For the resolution, we have a 2048 by 1536. That makes it a total of 264 pixels per inch. That Apple calls a Retina display for the iPad when comparing it with the distance you keep it in your hands away from your eyes. You have the home button at the bottom over here. You have the front-facing FaceTime HD camera, which does 720p non-full HD video, but it has face detection and FaceTime over cellular or Wi-Fi, the standard stuff. If you look at the right-hand side of the iPad, you have the volume rocker along with a mute-unmute switch, or a rotation lock or unlock switch, depending on how you customize it. On the top, you have the power button along with the black antenna part, which houses the antenna for the cellular. You also have a 3.5mm headphone jack for your headphones, which you have to buy separately. You have the nano SIM card slot, which is over here. And at the bottom, you have the lightning connector along with the speakerphone, which is awkwardly placed over here. You also have a microphone in between the cellular antenna part of the black area, which is barely visible. On the back, you have the 5-megapixel camera, the Apple logo in a shiny glossy black. You also have the iPad and a bunch of markings at the bottom. And of course, you have the unibody aluminum design of the iPad from the 1st generation. Now the front has an oleophobic coating. It is sort of fingerprint resistant. You can see that it's quite decent at resisting fingerprints. I'm just going to power it on and quickly set it up with my account. So there you can see the new Retina display laden iPad 4th generation. Now this is essentially the same display as the iPad 3rd generation, but it has newer hardware on the inside. So you have the Apple A6X chipset, which is a dual-core 1.4 GHz chipset. You also have the PowerVR SGX 554 MP4 quad-core graphics, which is inbuilt into the Apple A6 chip. Now this is a 64GB storage. I also have 1GB of RAM on the inside, so that's good. You have Bluetooth 4.0, and like I said, you have a front-facing camera, which is a 1.2 megapixel camera, and a rear-facing camera, which is a 5 megapixel camera. So let's quickly open up Safari, and instead of opening up our website, I'm going to open up Geekbench. So you can see the Geekbench scorecard. It's 1757 for the new generation of iPad. You can see the detailed result over here as well. So fairly decent when it comes to the Geekbench score. It's quite impressive compared to the first one. Now it does perform much better than the 3rd generation of the iPad. That's thanks to the faster processor and better graphics. I'm just quickly loading up iGyaan.in on the iPad to show you what the website looks like. Now, of course, Safari is one of the most fluid browsers when it comes to pinch and zoom while browsing, and you can see how smooth kinetic scrolling is on the iPad. Everything sort of loads up on the iPad really fast and responsive. I'm just going to give it 1 second to load up the final image. You can see that now it's more or less fully loaded the website, and you can see how fluid it is. Even though it was loading the website, it was very fluid. Even after it has loaded the website, you can see how beautiful it looks when you're panning through, and how fluid the response on the device is. You can also convert from portrait to landscape. It's as easy as that, and it will convert your orientation from portrait to landscape. Very simple indeed. So that's a quick look. Of course, you don't have the inbuilt YouTube application anymore, but Google has updated their app to now run YouTube. But you can run YouTube off the web as well. So I'm just going to open up YouTube on this. It's designed for the iPad. I'm going to quickly search for iGyaan. While I'm doing that, you can look at the keyboard here as well. It's a really nice keyboard, really easy to access. No worries, no problems with using the keyboard. You can see it quickly loads up our channel as well. So I'm just going to load up one video. I'm going to let it run in portrait. What's happening, guys? It's Nakbal for iGyaan.in, and today we're going to be looking at the LG Optimus L9. We're going to be taking a quick look at this device and seeing how it performs in our initial hands-on review of the LG Optimus L9. Now, this phone costs about 18,500 rupees in the market, or about roughly 300. So you can see you get a bunch of settings while viewing the app over here. You can watch it in 720p HD. While streaming off the internet, you can make it full size on the web app itself, so that's absolutely brilliant. You of course have gestures, as you saw. I can use my fingers, 4 fingers, to bring up the multitasking, and then pinch with all my fingers to close an app, which I just did with Safari. So I can pinch out and close the application. I can also press the home button twice and jump into multitasking, quit my applications. Of course, you have things like creating folders on the fly, so you can just hold down and drag an app over another app to create a folder, which is as easy as that. Very simple, very intuitive user interface. Of course, you have the new notification panel. Once I have it customized, I'll have the Facebook and Twitter buttons here as well. Now, you of course have Apple Maps, which has achieved a lot of bad response thanks to their inability to perform properly, but Google has now made available Google Maps on iPad and iOS, so they seem to work just fine. So there you go, guys. This was a quick unboxing, quick hands-on with the iPad 4th generation. Of course, we'll be back with a full review really soon, so stay tuned for that on iGyaan.in. You can leave your questions or comments in the comment section below on Facebook, Twitter, Google+. Make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube, youtube.com/iGyaan, youtube.com/iGyaanTV, for iGyaan Network. Thank you guys for watching.